my favorite sayings is, life is about perspective. And I don't think we've got the unique opportunity today to get the perspective of 7 of our future of the industry, which I think is phenomenal. Can you give them another round of applause? Because to be up here at this age, I know a lot of us are used to presenting. This is a big deal. So guys, take a seat. When you look at it, these 7 people represent $140 billion worth of purchasing power annually with Gen Z. Think about that for a minute. That's going to change our industry and how things work. You guys feel rich today? Not yet. So given that it's going to change our industry, how should hoteliers, how should this industry be marketing to you to get them to stay at their properties? So what would draw you in? What is that right type of marketing? Who'd like to go first?
I think overall, we look for an experience in a hotel. I think it was Marigold who mentioned the experience aspect of everything. We don't really pay attention to specific things. We want to see community involvement. We want to see people and overall community sense. Anyone else?
I also would like to add, today we also have mentioned, like previous panel speakers, that it's very valuable to have this impact of co-creation. We would like not only experience the service, we would like to be a co-creator of it. Via different new technologies, via additional personalized experience, we would like to create this unforgettable stay, for example, in the property, or while you have a dining service, yes? We would like to be a part of it, not only just consumers.
I would like to add a couple of things to that. So in marketing part, in my opinion, it should be more fun related for our generation, because we would like to see what we are going to take in that particular city of the destination. If we are going to this hotel, or if we are planning our free time, we would like to be out of our usual normal lives. And for the hotels, a couple of hotels are doing this. They are more on their technology and fun parts. They are showing what they can offer to us.
And just to piggyback, I believe technology is such a big deal right now, and we love to try new things. Like whenever someone say, oh, I went to this hotel and I experienced this technology, it was great, and I'm just thinking myself, oh, I would love to try something that I can't just buy it on Amazon or anything like that. I just gotta go and experience it. So I think that just adopting new technology will definitely attract a lot of young generations.
So speaking of experiences, this is a generation that values experiences, and I think you've already heard that a lot, when they go visit a property. So what are those type of experiences that you're actually willing to pay more for, that are more important to you than just having a hotel room with a bathroom and a balcony? So let's start on this end with Meg. You got it, let's go.
Personally, some of the experiences that I would like to see in hotels especially relate to the community. I think we touched on this in the previous question as well. Just personally, whenever I go and travel, I like to see like local breweries, local distilleries, how companies get in, like seeing the local area is something that I would especially pay more to go and experience within a hotel.
And I know I focus a lot on high technology and how we can implement the new automation in hotels. But that's what I focus on, like research-wise. But personally, I love the high-touch aspect. I love when I walk into a hotel. I know here I was greeted. They opened the door for me. The front desk service was amazing, and I talked to them for probably 15 minutes just about my experience coming down here. And that was something that I value 100 times more than just a mobile check-in.
I think for me personally too, when I talk about experiences, a lot of what I enjoy is the group experiences. I know yesterday we were lucky enough to take a tour of the resort and everything, and one of the things that stuck out to me was the new sushi restaurant that we were all talking about, with the idea of going in with a group of friends and being able to experience something as a group together. So I think those kinds of experiences is something, especially with the post-pandemic, not being able to have those things in a big part of our lives. I think that's something that's really important to us.
May I add a little bit of researcher perspective? My interest on AR usage, augmented reality usage, and have you heard of Le Petit Chef? It's in a restaurant, it's an augmented reality. While you are waiting for your plate or your entry to come to your table or to your plate, there is a little chef projected from the ceiling to your plate. It shows how it's food getting ready. So while you are waiting, you are not actually not wasting your time. You are being surrounded by all the experience. You are learning how this food is prepared for you by little chef in your table. So after this chef is get ready all of your plate, and you see that little animation on your table, on your plate, it's actually when the food is served, it gains much more value. So I was expecting that kind of newly technologies implementing right in front of my eyes. So I could be using that too, as well as their mapping by using AR in your telephones. If something is wrong with the hotel, the maintenance cannot tell everybody what's going on in the hotels. Instead, they're by the beacons, they're sending some notifications to your phone. It's saying, do not go to the pool area, it's now under construction.
I actually highly recommend this video. I watched it and showed my student during the class, and they loved it. So on top of that, talking about this animation and presentation, so metaverse is another like big deal in this hospitality industry, and I'm also working at the like MGM resort in hotel operation, and I get a lot of complaint about the hotel view and like hotel room. They're like, nothing's like picture, that's just the marketing. And of course we are like, oh, our apology may look slightly different, and we always have to explain this. Well, of course, like depends on the room number, the view might be different, but if hotels can implement the metaverse, I think that it will definitely help this kind of like complaint, because they can experience this already before they actually get to the hotel. So they expect some kind of view. They are like, oh, this is what I'm getting. Maybe I should book it or I should not. So I think that metaverse will definitely change our industry as well.
And I would like to add that recalling this unique experience and try to adjust to all this customers' need, new technology exactly a perfect tool. For example, smart rooms. Yes, currently, if you go to the luxurious hotel, you can change the view. Instead of having, I don't know, you would like to have today a desert view, you're gonna have it. If you would like to have an ocean view, you just change the scenery and you're gonna have it. And I can say a lot of such options were presented in Toronto this summer. So exactly, companies are trying to make the stay more efficient and personalized. The same is, I can say, you still need to have and keep a balance, new technology and personal touch. Your new technology is supposed to be, it's from the academic research point, and the same me, working in the industry, I can say, while I'm communicating on regular days with people as all the time here, yeah, they would like to have new technology, because I would like quickly check into the room. I would like quickly pay my bills or check reservation, change a flight, whatever. But still, while when I have an issue, I would like to talk with the person. I don't want to talk with the technology. This is the main message from each customer with whom I communicate on a regular basis, and we have any kind of issues, they would like to talk personally. Or if they are super satisfied, they would like to talk personally. Or if the service is very expensive, it must be like 100% provided by human being, but not by the robot or new technology. And recalling the efficiency, for example, even Universal Studio is going to launch face recognition tool. So right now, when you go to Universal, you have an option. You can stay in a line, wait, and then to move on, enter the Universal Studio and make all these processes, or you have option number 2. So currently, you can choose as a customer whether you just have a facial recognition screening and you're ready to go. And there is no need to use your wallet, your card, because everything is going to be scanned, everything will be connected to your profile, and you can just, you go there, you decided that you're hungry, you go to dining room, they scanned you, and you made your order, that's it. So basically, if you're too busy, you would like to make your life simpler, and you feel secure and safe to use this new technology, go ahead. But I think there is still a need to have an option to have a personal touch. Yeah, even Jay-Z generation, yeah, millennials, still they are in this stage of development. They are not 100% digitalized from this perspective. Thank you.
Let's follow on that, because I like that. Let's talk about a little self-service and automation. So as we talked about experience is important, but how does self-service, how does automation come into play into that experience for you as a guest and as a future hotelier?
So I believe automation is amazing. I love how much we can implement it into now technology. But I know we touched on a lot of if a user wants to do it, they will opt in or opt out. And I believe that's a majority of how we should go forward looking into this. I want to have the option, if they're taking a long time at the front desk of the hotel, to mobile check-in. I want to have the option to open my blinds from my phone. But if I want to get up and do it myself, I can do that. So just having a widespread opportunity to choose and pick what I want to opt into and what to opt out to plays a big role.
To add on to this as well, because bouncing off of that, I feel like it also will tend to depend on the demographic as well. We're speaking a lot about younger versus older, but also regionally. Being from West Virginia, which is a very, very rural area, I know so many people that I grew up around, people that were my age and older, would be extremely uncomfortable with the technology, with some of the technology that has been discussed. So the opt-in, opt-out, I feel, is also very, very valuable because it still gives those demographics outside of even age the ability and the choice to still have that one-on-one, face-to-face interaction versus completely going away from people.
And I would like to also add, recalling that from academic standpoint, some people are more tech savvy and they easily can use new technology. It's not an issue for them. Some people are more late in this acceptance of new technology. So they even might have a fear to use it because they don't know how to use it. Now, after that, they feel ashamed or they feel angry, and it might be converted into complaint behavior, yeah? They start using negative word of mouth, and at the same moment, you as an owner of the business, you was trying to elevate this experience to create something new, but beside that, you made a negative word of mouth because we as a young generation currently, we still, before I go somewhere, I will check reviews, I will go to the Google page, I don't know, I will check Instagram. You must be very active on social pages, you must provide feedbacks, you must have very good customer reviews. This is how the thought process is going while you are picking up the particular business or particular service where you would like to go. Yeah, 100% I would like to have a possibility to personalize and technologically simplify the service. But I'm willing, I'm interested, I'm excited to work with new technology. It's something that aligns with my personality. There is no inclination or something like that. But at the same time, I know colleagues that are less tech savvy, and for them it's even a struggle. From another perspective, not just only as a customer, yeah, as an associate, as an employee, you must understand that new technology can be perfectly amazing tool, but if you will not provide enough skill set, yeah, learning sessions, trainings, your like your employee, your associate will not be able to provide a smooth experience. And this is from the academic research standpoint, because currently I work in the implementation of new technology, service robots, from customer perspective and from employee perspective. It's highly important because in the one moment, yeah, you can simplify the work processes. Can you imagine how many calls can a front desk agent have during the shift? It's insane. It can drive this person crazy. While you will make it automated, or you will simplify the service, like, I don't know, to send a toothbrush with the help of service robot, or instead of concierge as a person to have a check-in box or something like that. There is even automated concierge that you can easily Google, and you will be even printed out the map, and you can go somewhere, or you can do it via the app or the chatbot. So it's something that must be in balance, but you must provide the guidance how to use this tool. So this is something very important. Thank you.
And to add a little bit more, I think the key is purpose of the trip. The hotel lodging is slightly different than like restaurant or other industry because people are visiting hotels for different reasons. Some people are visiting to celebrate their anniversary or birthday. Some people are there just for business. And also in Las Vegas, we have like variety of hotel options. And actually at MGM Grand, like we have Skylove, just like few rooms, like 30 rooms just for like high royalty, like people and like people who spend a lot of money, and they don't even have mobile key or like mobile check-in or anything like that. So I was actually curious. I asked, I'm like, why are you guys are not implementing any technology up there? And then one of the director told me that, yeah, just because we want to make sure we are providing the like personal services. We want to make sure we are talking to them, like provide personal experiences, and just want to make sure their stay goes well. And I was actually thinking myself, oh, actually that makes sense. And when I went to downstairs, like which we have like 5,000 room at MGM Grand, I was like, actually, what if we don't have like this mobile check-in option or kiosk? What's gonna happen? And I realized that it's gonna be kind of hectic because we have to check in like at least 2,000, more than 2,000 check-in every day. And just imagine how many people will be on the line. Everyone is trying to check in at 3 p.m. and there are a limited number of the front desk agent who is helping this guest. They're gonna be actually more mad and upset just by waiting the line because whatever the reason, I'm sure they wanna check in as soon as possible and waiting is not fun. So I feel like as long as we can take care of this technology, like 0.5%, I think that will be really actually helping our industry and our employees.
Here's what I'm curious about. Love that answer, by the way, because it is about the choice and being able to really make that the right experience. What are your thoughts on the use of robotics in hotels and the guest experience and efficiencies in helping out? Anybody have a strong opinion, yay or nay?
I would like to answer that. I personally like to see robots in restaurants, in particular areas in the hotels. But I don't like to see, as an old Gen Z, I don't like to see a robot facing with me when I was in the front desk. Because I'd rather would like to have a genuine smile from a real person. At the same time, I don't want to be controlled by something I cannot control. You can talk with a person at the same time, but robots have codes and they cannot go beyond their codes, whatever it's code on their system. So I'm going to say, we all use chatbots, right? So I'm going to say, I have this problem in my room, and it's gonna be answered to me, is it this, or this one? Rather that, I would like to have a person in front of me and saying, let me help you with your situation, instead of directly robot welcoming me, because it's my first impression. And the first impression, the moment of truth, is more important in the guest satisfaction. So I can be really helpful or happy to have guest services, like in maybe room services or robots bringing me my food in my room. But on the front desk, I would still be human interaction.
I would just like to follow up on that and say, yeah, I agree with that. I think having a hyper-personalized person experience while having orders, extra towels, some low maintenance, just some things like that would be done by a robot. Yeah.
So I do not like to think of myself as a reactive person, but with technology, I have low tolerance, and I'm sure many of you have had experiences where you're on the phone with a chat box, and 5 minutes in, you're like, representative, representative, I want to speak with a representative.
Yes, that's me.
Yes, that's me as well. So we just have to make sure those outside externalities don't play too much of a role into how we implement new technologies. So say you're going to a hotel and you use a navigation system and it's screwed up 3 times and you're an extra 30 minutes there. You go to the hotel and then you have to speak with another robot. So just having multiple opportunities for guests to choose where they interact with robots and where they don't plays a big role. And like Dallas said, having those mundane tasks that even employees want robots to be added is a big role. So bringing towels to rooms is a big thing. Like little room service, you spoke about that, room service, having a robot just bring dinner. But in the experience side, having a robot bring champagne to your room is something you might not want to do because that plays a larger experience and you want a human interaction with that. And even tipping and things like that come into play.
To add
Go ahead, Chloe.
one more thing. You touched on this very briefly. Having associates come in and give their opinions on what they feel might be better implemented with technology. I feel like that just from, because my research has primarily been from the HR standpoint and thinking about it from back of house standpoint. Employees, if they see this implementation of technology without having even a remotely any sort of sense of control or input in it, they're automatically going to distrust it, more than likely. So I would like to encourage, like, when making these decisions, get your associates involved in it as well. They will feel more a part of they'll feel more a part of the process. They'll be able to feel better about the decisions that are being made because they feel like they are being taken into account through this process as well.
Change is the hardest part of technology. It's not the technology at all. It's the people change. It's the process change. It's the mentality of change when you look at this. Now, I just want to raise a hand here. This is my own curiosity because we had this conversation at breakfast this morning. Who would like to have an Alexa in their room to be able to use AI to do what you would like to do? Raise your hand. You can do it in the audience, so it's fine. Who is scared to death and think that's crazy?
Well, I am not.
So what scares you?
Okay, I'm not scared, but I used Alexa.
You should be, but go ahead.
I used Alexa for a while, and it annoys me. I'm so sorry. I'm in the meeting in 9 a.m. It's like I'm talking with the person who is talking with me by Zoom, and then Alexa says, like, do you want me to play this song? No, I don't. Please, that Alexa has no boundaries and always trying to implement something else. So I just plugged it out.
So I am a big Alexa family. Like my family, I think we have 15. I have one in my car, I have one in college.
What?
Oh my gosh, yes. One in my car, one in college, one at home. My parents have one in their shower. But it's really interesting how many Alexas like you have, and you can go, if you have one, into your Alexa app, and it tracks how many times you speak Alexa. And you know, so it has to be listening 24/7 because it's always listening to Alexa. And so that's a little scary. But I think it's interesting, and I've gone through the logs, and every time you think it says Alexa, you can read the conversations it has. And so, I mean, I'm still going to use it because I think it's highly efficient, but I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. So last year at our school at West Virginia University, we had a conference. It was called the NINA Conference, and I remember listening to a speaker who was talking about the different generations and who was more scared of technology and who wasn't. And someone actually, I remember one of the speakers was like, raise your hand in this room if you don't care how much data people have on you. And the entire 3 front rows were all of us students, and we all threw our hands up, right? So
you don't care at all that we have all the information about you, we know everything that's going on.
So also,
even in 15 Alexas, holy crap.
Well, I know that's a little excessive, I will say that. But I mean, and again, we're still young. I remember yesterday this came up and we talked about, we don't have all the money for people to try and take yet. So maybe that will come eventually. But I mean, even with our iPhones, right? It's always listening for Hey Siri, right? There's things all around us, not just the Alexa in that aspect. And I think we've kind of maybe grown up with it a little bit more, so we're a little bit more open to it. But with that kind of thing, I will say it's not as scary for some of us, I think.
I think having Alexa in the hotel is a really good thing just because you don't really, we're starting to get away from our phones in a way. We want to just speak it out loud and have it brought to us. So like you can say,
I'd like to have that little mobile device that I think Robert Dawson was
Yes.
talking about yesterday. I think that'd be
human,
awesome.
Human AI pin or something like that is what you're talking about. But I want to ask, hey Alexa, what's the weather? Have the weather brought to me. I don't have to get on my phone. I don't have to get the.
You can look out the window, it works,
Yeah,
trust
well,
me.
yeah, that too. But throughout the day. Yeah.
I do the same thing, but
Yeah.
So I worked on a high technology team last year with WVU, working with Nemacolin on a luxury resort in Farmington, Pennsylvania. And we noticed that their townhomes were a little bit lacking with the technology. And so we suggested that they add a high technology package that customers could opt into if they wanted to. And so having the high technology packages, having an Alexa provided in your room, like the staff goes and puts the Alexa in your room, and that like connects to your shower, it connects to the curtains, so you can be like, hey Alexa, can you start my shower at 101 degrees? And so I think that's highly efficient for those who want to opt into it, who don't really care if the technology is listening to them.
my dad would struggle with that. He'd probably have a very cold shower. Boren, let's change topics. When you look to stay at a hotel, do you have apps on your phone that you use? So what apps do you have on your phone, and how do you really decide where you want to stay?
So honestly, I have so many apps on my phone. I have hard time to finding it because I have like all kind of apps. But for sure, I'm downloading only if I am actually using it. So for example, airline, I like to use like Korean airline, like Southwest. So I for sure have those two apps because it's so comfortable to check in and to know the like flight time, departure time. Whenever flight gets delayed, I get notification right away. So I thought it was really easy to use. At the same time, like lodging industry, if this app allows me to do the mobile check-in or it has a map about the property and any coupon, discount, I'll for sure download it. So as long as I can get benefit from this app, I'll download it.
So I was about to say, I would like to be the complete opposite for 2 seconds. I have 4 on my phone, 2 fast food because I'm a college student and I'm very, very cheap. And the other 2 are airline apps that I downloaded yesterday for the flight to get down here and the flight to get out of here. The reason for that, my mother is fantastic. She has all of the loyalty rewards for all of the hotels, all of the apps you can possibly have, just because she is the one that narrows it down. She is truly the head of the household in that respect. Therefore, I tend to give her the power when it comes to like traveling and that sort of thing,
Okay.
making those decisions, like how many people are coming on this trip with us, how long are we staying? That because those are the things that will determine whether or not she gets a hotel or gets an Airbnb, depending on what the reason is for the trip. Just thought I'd add on.
I want to follow on. Who has a thought on why would you stay in an Airbnb versus a hotel at your generation?
It's based on how many people we are traveling with. Because when I was in Turkey, I was a tour guide for 5 years. And if I am with my family or my friends, like 7 people, I would like to decide to stay on Airbnb. But if I'm just myself or as a business trip, I would like to stay on a hotel because it's more convenient. I don't want to waste my time to what am I gonna cook or where I'm gonna eat. I would like to be in a hotel. Everything has taken care of by them. I want just my card and go to my room. But it's Airbnbs are really improving themselves too. It's not like 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago, generally the room or the couch that they were offering by the homeowners or maybe the renters. For now, Airbnbs are literally built for giving more options to hosting you as one property. Or sometimes people are investing of that. You can see one person owning 7 or 8 properties on Airbnb, And in some countries, like in Turkey, they now accept it to be seen as a hotels. So that means government need taxes, and somehow you need to regulate them, because only Airbnb has no properties as a company. Airbnb just get partners with the other people, so it's a great revenue for them. But by some other countries, it needs to be regulated as well, because at some point you know what you're gonna get in hotels, but you cannot be sure in a couple of years ago what you should expect from Airbnb.
Yeah, so definitely from my perspective, personal perspective, I'm a hotel person because I like standards. I know what I get. I'm sure that if I go somewhere, it doesn't matter. It will be my personal trip, it's a business trip, or it's, I don't know, anniversary, whatever. I do like staying at the hotels a lot. Or if I know somebody, I will stay like in my friends or family place. For me, Airbnb, it's a nice option. It's going to be definitely a game changer because basically it slowly switched from being like you rent a single room or you rent a single, like, I don't know, bed, it's like in a hostel or something like that. Right now, they switch it and make it a single business asset. Yes, the person just created, instead of having a house, converted into Airbnb. Even I have a couple of friends, they really bought a couple of properties and created their own hotel industry, yes, but they don't have enough fundings that to like properly open it separately, create a site and so on and so forth. It's easier to do that via Airbnb. And it seems to me from this perspective, it will change in upcoming future, and it slowly moves to that perspective. And beside the fact, yeah, previously Airbnb was cheaper, but easier. Right now, Airbnb, it's less secure. Sometimes it's even more expensive. And if you're paying something, it doesn't mean that when you will go there, you will have this place. And that's why it scares me, and I do really prefer to more the hotel side. But I do give a chance to Airbnb from this perspective.
Right, real quick question from each of you. We talked about loyalty. You heard it a lot today and yesterday. Hotels have loyalty programs. It's all about staying loyal to a brand. What would make you want to be loyal to a brand? Let's start with Maggie. Let's start on this end here.
I actually heard something yesterday that I think really relates to this question. In one of the sessions, we were talking about loyalty and the fact that the brands are trying to get to know you, get to know what you like. The idea of having rewards that aren't just specifically for that hotel brand, and they know like you like to go to dinner at this place, and so here's a coupon for something like this. I think that's something that really shows that the brand is trying to get to know you, and definitely helps out with the loyalty aspect there.
Let's just walk down the line real quick.
I'd
Go
love
ahead, Noah.
to add on that because I know loyalty programs in the past, even pre-COVID, were based on how many years you're a part of their program. And I think now it's more focused on the customization and personalization of who you are and how you interact with that specific hotel. So I think that is kind of where the shift is going towards. And I think if we keep on that scale of the personalization, you'll find a lot more customer loyalty, especially from the younger generation.
I think for me, it's partially looking at the personal rewards, but also just the company culture as a whole. How, as I said before, how the hotel is involved in the community in that area.
I like to think a hotel should remind you that they're still there and there's still events going on around them that you may have interest in. So a possible interest in the area, hyper-personalized food choices, not just for their hotel, but neighboring cities or like in their neighborhood as well.
Okay, I would like to say that loyalty programs for any hospitality businesses, it's like the must. I'm trying to keep myself away from loyalty programs, but I'm definitely, like, for example, particular airlines, hotel brands. I'm a loyal member. Why? This is a magic tool for businesses to keep a clientele and increase your customer loyalty to the brand. Also increase the percentage of customers, your market share. you can do it specifically with the loyalty program. If you would like to increase the profit, you need to use this loyalty program. From the perspective of the customer, while you have this loyalty program, you all the time have like a follow-up. It's like your friend that reminds you. Or you, like last time you used this offer, or you ordered this food, or you flew somewhere, and oh yeah, definitely, I need to go again, or I need to call that person, or I need to make a flight again. And even by sending me like 5% off, 10% off, it triggers me as a customer to go and check this option and to make a purchase. And for you as a business, if you are trying to launch something new, with the help of loyalty program, it's easier. At the same moment, you have a specific marketing tool because via the loyalty member, you easily reach out to somebody who is not currently a loyalty member, who had never had touch to an experience in your asset. But via the recommendation, via just word of mouth, this person automatically become the part. Because, for example, I started using a particular airline. I have used it a couple of times for my trip, and And when a friend of mine just asked me what are the options, what I am using, I said, you know what? I am a loyal member. I will let you. You will have 10% off, so let's go ahead. Let's do that. And it really worked the same way. So basically, you are not spending additional money to get new customers. You keep your current customer. And it's very important for businesses because from academic standpoint, for the company to keep the loyal member, it's easier rather than to reach out to a new one. At the same moment, while you have a loyalty program, for example, I work for Hilton. I become super loyal member. At the same time as being an associate, I also more loyal to this brand. I more belong it and I feel it like a family and I do recommend to everybody. And also, me as an associate, when I am just, I'm upset, I'm done, I want to change the industry, I don't want to work for this company, like, I have such a nice perks. Do I really want to do that? So even from this perspective, it decreases the intention to turn over, yeah? People would like to stay because they have these perks at their workplace with the help of this loyalty program. So basically, if to go deeper, the loyalty program can be applicable from the revenue generation, from customer attraction and keeping the customer, and the same that to keep your business and decrease the turnover intention among employees.
Quickly, I would like to add on that. So sometimes you don't choose which hotel or which airline you are going to loyal to, because it's happened to me. When I was working as a tour guide, I had to work with the agencies. This particular agency is always using one airline and one particular hotel chain. So I had to use their loyalty program for 5 years. Now, eventually, like suddenly, I have certain amount of degree in this loyalty program, and I get so many points. So without actually working as a tour guide, I can use that loyalty program's rewards even now today. At the same time, miles so important for me about flying, because nearly every day I was flying one city to another when I was working in the industry. So it actually helped me a lot when I traveled to United States, nearly half of it paid by the miles. So when you are working in the tourism industry, it actually helps your own personal life too. So I find it very, very effective. Before that, I had no idea what is a loyalty program. So loyalty programs for the employer side, for the industry, the owner side, I think it's most important. I agree with the Halina, because we need to keep our customers rather than creating new ones, because creating new ones means additional marketing cost. So I think it's very important.
So, of course, when you're the last person, you already thought something and they already spoke everything. I'm like, oh, I need to think something new. So, I actually thought about 3 things. first, like consistency, second, reputation, and third, brand image. All these three are like really, really, really important for the royalty program. So who does not know about Starbucks? Please raise your hand if you don't know where is the Starbucks. See, everyone knows about Starbucks. So do you know why? Oh yeah, there are some people. Oh, sorry about that. So Starbucks is popular because wherever you go, they're using the same bins. So for example, if I go to Asia, if I go to Europe, if I go to America, whenever you're ordering the regular coffee, it tastes the same. So that's why people are loyal to Starbucks. And actually, I experienced that too, because I'm not sure what like some country may prefer, what kind of bin they're using for. They may like kind of like sour bin, some may not, some may like bitter one. But Starbucks, they use the like same bins. That's why they have a lot of people who are loyal to them because of the consistency, brand image. So I believe that these consistency, brand image, and reputation is one of the like key points for the royalty program.
Guys, what a great job. I think they all get 100% today, an A+. So thank you very much.